Hi everyone, welcome back to Newegg TV. My name is Paul, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing and overview of this computer case. This is a Lancool PC-K62, also known as the Dragon Lord K, according to what's written right here. It is manufactured by Lian Li under their subdivision Lancool. It is a highest quality SECC steel case made in Taiwan, and it will support ATX and Micro ATX motherboards. And now here we have a look at the PC-K62 itself. We do have some documentation that was included there. We have a bunch of Lian Li accessories, just a wealth of various items, serial ATA cables and whatnot. We also have an installation guide with instructions for stuff like installing the side panels, removing the top and front covers, and installing your basic accessories. And it's in different languages. But of course, we also have the case itself, and there it is. Up on the front here, we have a 140mm intake fan. We have all of these grilled areas here that can take air through, so plenty of airflow. That side is where all of your cable management is going to go. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Over on this side, we have a side panel window. It's very large, and you can see pretty much most of your installed components once they're in there. And moving around to the back, we have a 120mm exhaust fan on the back, a couple grommets here for routing cables or water cooling tubes. Also have the knockout there for your inputs and outputs. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 PCI or PCI Express expansion slots, another removable panel right here that's bolted on, and a power supply mount down there at the bottom. Also thumb screws for removing your side panels, and then there is the full 360 of the case. Next up, let's take a look at the top. So here's your inputs and outputs. At the front of the case, we have a reset button, a power button, also a couple USB 2.0 ports, a mic and headphone jack, and power and hard drive activity lights right there. Your Lancool logo, of course. And then up here, there's a large grilled area, and we have two 140mm blue LED lit fans underneath that grill. And here's a quick look at the reverse side of the case, the right side if you're looking at it from the front. This is where all your cable management goes. So we have a couple pass-throughs along the sides and bottom of your motherboard to pass cables through. We have a decent-sized CPU backplate cutout. That's for installing an aftermarket heatsink fan after your motherboard is installed, of course. There's a gap down here that will allow air to pass through to your power supply. We have your front panel connectors passing through right there, all these standard front panel power and reset and buttons and whatnot. Of course, also we have your USB plug for your front panel USB 2.0 ports, HD or AC97 audio, and then this little plug here for the front blue LED fan. Also, here's the business end of your hard drive trays, as well as your optical drives. And finally, let's take a look at the left side panel here. Again, there's our clear side panel window, and where most of the work in the case goes on, right in here. First off, we have our PCI slots right there. They all have a toolless locking system, so you just pop it back like that, and you can take out your PCI bracket and lock it back in place. Again, you have our 140mm fans up at the top and the 120 in the back. All of those have 3-pin standard motherboard fan connectors, as well as an adapter for Molex, so you can use either one, whichever you prefer. Down here at the bottom is our power supply mount, and there's 2 rubber strips along the mounts for that to keep it vibration reduced. You also have this sort of unique mounting system for the power supply. It's got sort of a bracket that clips into place. You hook it around there and then hook on the bottom, and then that latch will hold your power supply securely on. Also for the power supply, under here is a removable fan filter that you can clip off and remove to clean out for dust filtration. There's your motherboard tray again. I look at it from the front. It already comes preloaded with a bunch of standard ATX motherboard standoffs. Here's your 5 1/4 inch bays up at the front. We have a toolless locking system for those right there. Pretty easy to use. I do like to check out how the front panels of these 5 1/4 inch bays come on and off. They just have a couple clips at each side, which you can pop off by reaching around from the back and pop it back in place. Not too bad for that. You have 5 total 5 1/4 inch bays right there for optical drives or other types of drives or fan coolers and that sort of thing. Down here are your 3.5 inch drive bays. There's 4 of them total. They're all on this tray here. It has a locking system here that's held on by that thumb screw, so that can slide up and down to lock them in place. They can pull out just like this. They're on these sort of rubberized points here that slide into the rails. That again reduces vibration if you have spinning mechanical hard drives here. These trays can accommodate 3.5-inch drives as well as 2.5-inch drives, and they do come with these little rubber stoppers that you can put in between where you're mounting the drives to the tray, and that's again just for additional reduced vibration, reduced noise. Let me just pop that back on. And from the front up here you can see again the 140 millimeter blue LED fan front intake fan. A couple more accessories here that are included. These are toolless cable management systems here. This one here can mount down at the bottom there for your power supply cables. You can just pass your cables through that to hold them in place, and then there's one additional one here that can go in any of these points up along the side for your cables going that direction. And I might as well finish off with the remainder of our accessories. These are actually for your motherboard, and they will bolt into the motherboard standoffs right there. There's some longer ones, so if you have some harder to reach mounting points on the motherboard that are maybe blocked by heat sinks, makes that a little bit easier to handle. So thumb screws for mounting the motherboard, and then you have your standard case screws for mounting case fans or drives, and you also have a case speaker. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. Once again, this has been the Lancool PC-K62 Dragon Lord K-Series case, manufactured by Lian Li. My name is Paul with Newegg TV. If you enjoyed today's video, please head over to our Newegg YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you next time.